Halo semuanya, selamat datang di channel Guvir Sport.
We're back in the world of mixed martial arts, and Islam Makachev, the lightweight champion of the world, one of the greatest fighters of all time, and the #1 pound fighter in the world. Rumors are coming out that he said no to a fight with Illia Topuria. Said that they'll turn on the Topuria fight because they feel he needs to do something first. What do you make of that when you first hear it? Like, he doesn't want to fight Topuria just yet, at least.
My first sense is that's fake news, and it's a real insult to to Islam. I don't believe that Islam's scared to fight anybody. I think the evidence of that fact would be the fact that he switched opponents, took on Money Moicano with no training camp, no preparation, just because it's the right thing to do, and make sure that the golden rule is followed, which is the show must go forward. I don't believe it to be any more than a rumor. I also think it's a little bit insulting to be the one to have to ask Islam, will you fight a 45-pounder, considering that would make the third 45-pounder that Islam was forced to face. And the only thing Islam has ever told us is that he himself would like to change weights. So if he himself is not allowed to do the one thing that they're asking him to do 3 times over, I'm light on that. I don't think it happened.
You know, Chill, like that's my initial thought. I gotta talk to those guys a little bit, and I know that they think Illia should fight someone, but I think it's for this reason, Chill P. Fighting Alexander Volkanovski, who at the time was #1 pound for pound. You remember when their first fight happened? It was whoever wins will be considered the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world because Islam's 2, Alex is 1. Islam beats him, but it was very close. And then we had this weird, like, Alex and Islam was #1 pound for pound. Like, for a while, it was like 2 #1s. And Islam was like, wait, give me what you said I was going to get. The world then said, why do you want that? You beat a 45-pounder, right? Then he was supposed to fight Charles Oliveira. Oliveira gets hurt. In jumps Alexander Volkanovski, who at the time is still #2 pound for pound, if not tied at #1 with Islam Makachev. He beats him. The world goes, well, you didn't do anything. You just beat a featherweight. That right there, Chill, is what makes me feel if he said no to the fight. That's why. Because then you have Islam Makachev that has beaten Charles for the belt. He beat Volkanovski, Dustin Poirier, Money Moicano. He'll have 5 title fight defenses, right? 3 of them will be against featherweights. So he's probably like, I don't want to do this again because I know what comes with beating a guy, even though he's dangerous, he's still considered a featherweight. Now, if he wins a lightweight fight first, and he says he's up there for good, now you're fighting a guy that fights in the lightweight division.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. I just think it's a lot to ask of a guy. And above everything else, I just don't think that Islam is saying no. I mean, you got the inside scoop, Daniel. Has he told you that he refused this and these were his reasons why? I have a really hard time picturing that. Listen, I had a meaningful conversation with Charles Oliveira. And I said, hey, Charles, because the way I see it, Daniel, there's really a fight for Illia Topuria. And is Islam going to get that? Is Charles going to get that? Or is Sarukian going to get that? And I'm not convinced the company is going to ask for Islam to jump on that grenade right away. So if Charles or Sarukian could get that fight, they in sense could get themselves a #1 contenders fight. And Charles Oliveira told me, and I told him, I said, Charles, whatever your answer is, I'm going to make it public. I'm going to tell Daniel Cormier on ESPN. And he said, Chael, I will only fight him, I mean Illia Topuria, if he wins the belt. If he comes up and can prove he belongs here, he's the world champion, I will then fight him. I said, Charles, that's not the way this game is played. You can't make demands of guys before they're the champion. He said, in this position, I can. This is my weight class. I hold a higher ranking. I've been a champion here before. This guy's all talk. He wants to fight me. He needs to come up, get the belt, put the belt on the line, and I'll take him on. I said, Charles, that sounds ridiculous, but I am going to repeat that to Daniel.
Chill. But that seems like the running theme. Everyone wants to treat Topuria as if he's not a lightweight fighter right now. If Islam's saying he needs to fight somebody first, if Oliveira said, get the belt and prove that you're of this weight class, that you are one of us, it feels like the running theme is, this guy's still a featherweight. You don't want to waste it because those guys are dangerous. Oliveira's dangerous, Saruki is dangerous, everybody's dangerous. you may want to put him in that title fight because you don't want to waste the opportunity. Because what if he doesn't get there because one of those other guys beats him?
And I
You're from Graham, say what's up, America. Half of you should know me, right?